up, guys? Generation of BMX here. I'm excited to let you guys know I got a whole new different video series coming out. I'm going to start off a series on a build that I'm going to do. It's going to be a 2017 Haro Lineage Master 20.5-inch top tube, and I'm going to have it powder coated. I found a frame that was for sale. I picked it up and I'm having it sent to Chip at C4 Labs. I don't know if any of you know, but in the BMX community, he is pretty well known with restorations. He pretty much has a lot of the old school BMX colors down pat, man. I had a set of handlebars myself powder coated from him in Haro Envy Green for that 86 Haro Master color. And I know a lot of guys in the museum, BMX museum, that sent Masters and red lines and all kinds of old school BMX products to him for powder coating. And his colors are almost spot on. So anyway, I'm going to sell this frame right here off of my 2018 Haro Sport. And I'm going to keep all the parts and I'm going to transfer them over to the new Coral Master. Right now it's being sent to Chip at C4 Labs. The gentleman that's going to purchase this frame from me is going to dial in on it here in a few more days. So I'm going to start breaking it down and I'm going to get all the parts ready, and you guys are going to follow me along the way during the process. And I'm going to put it back together piece by piece and let you guys see the whole sequence, the whole process. Let's get to it right now. All right, I forgot my tools. So in order to start taking the bike apart, I need to come out here to the BMXers Clubhouse in my pole barn and get my socket wrenches out and my Allen wrenches. I got my ramp bike right there. Got my Flatland Master right there. Both up here on my tool shelf. My socket wrench, I got two of them here. And I need to get these Allen wrenches. All right, let's head back out of here, go back down to the basement and start taking stuff apart. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is loosen up the chain tensioners back here. I had to have that bike when I saw it new in the box for sale in the BMX museum. And but to be honest with you, after riding it for a while with that 20.75 inch top tube, I don't think I can do it. It's just too long for me, being at 5'9". So I'm going to go ahead and, I've always wanted that Coral Master, I've just never gotten around to it. I figured now's the time, since the winter time's getting here and I've just got the itch to build a bike again. So here we go. It's always a lot quicker taking a bike apart than it is putting it back together, so this is the easy part. All right, let's take off the front wheel. And we've got to let the air out of the tires so they slide past the brakes. The brake pads, a lot easier. Let's squeeze the air out here. Put that cap back on before I lose it. All right, so let's take off these wheels. I don't have a bike stand yet. I can't believe that after all these years of building bikes, I still don't have a tire or a bike stand. Bring those chain tensioners out all the way, slide the wheel in, and roll that thing away from that disc like such. All right, now I can roll it off of the gearing back here. There we go. And slide that bad boy out of there. Squeeze the tire through the brake pads. I think what I'm going to do is just roll the bike up like this now. Let's take the front wheel off. Bring it through like that. All right, now we're going to take off the pedals. From here. Okay, I pulled out all the gyro cables. I unthreaded them through the top gyro plate right here. Pulled them out through the bottom, and I pushed them through the knee saver handlebars right there. So those are all free and ready to go. And then I took the brake apart down here. I squeezed the arms like that and pulled the cable, the straddle cable out of that. I took this off from the cable right here. So now I can pull this cable out through the frame right there. Pull it out here. Then put this down here in my little area of parts. Alright, so here's where everything sits right now. Now, since I'm keeping these forks and since I'm keeping these brakes and they're going on my other frame, I do not have to completely take all of this apart. I just pulled that out of the arm right there, and I disconnected and pulled it out of this brake lever. So all I got to do is run that cable down through the stem here and pull the fork out of the frame. Alright, so we're going to pull the fork out of the head tube, and that's going to draw this cable out. And what I do is I use a socket wrench head for that. That fits right down into that groove right there. There's a little groove right there. If you push it into that groove, you'll be able to get the socket wrench down into that square to loosen that up. Alright, I got that loosened up enough to where I can thread the rest of it out with my hand. And I'm going to put all these headset pieces in a nice little spot where I know they're going to be. Right now we're going to take this handlebar and this stem off of the fork tube. All the brake levers are kept in their original spot. I'm going to take off the gyro and start taking off the headset. Alright, let's take this fork out of the head tube here. Now the bearings, there should be a fork bearing right here. We'll get that. There's the fork bearing. We'll slide that back on the fork so we don't misplace it. Like such. Boom, there's that. We're going to put this over here with our parts. I'm telling you, that's going to be so fun putting this bike all back together when my frame comes back from the powder coater. I can't wait. Alright, we're getting down to the bare minimum here. Let's take out these brakes. A little spring. Now a spring goes in this housing right here. For those of you who don't know how these 990 brake arms work. Now all we do is just pull that off of there. I'm going to remember that the left arm goes on the top. Just as a reminder. Right there. Okay? And here's my brake pieces. I'm going to be sure not to try to misplace. And leave it all up here in these stools. Loosen up the seat clamp here. Take it out. Take it out nice and gently. Put it down here with the seat. Put it down here with all the parts. Alright, here's what we got so far. Got my wheels, pedals, all the pegs are in there with the washers and the lock nuts. There's the fork. Parts left on the stool. Now all I got left to do is to take out that crank and that sprocket. I'm just going to take these to the bike shop and have them take those off, because I've also got the bottom bracket in there that I'm going to want. And Haro, the factory, probably put the sleeve in there with the bearings, and I'm not sure how to take those out. That's it, pretty much. Oh yeah, I do need to take that bearing out because the frame's going to somebody else. I'm going to take this seat clamp off, and I'll also have the bike shop take that chain off for me because I do not have a chain tool. Alright, I'm here at the bike shop, and I got the frame in the back seat here. Let's take that inside and let's get the cranks taken out and the chain taken off. Alright, a little bit of drama. had to go to the other bike shop in my area because the last one I just stopped at, they couldn't take any new business because somebody that was an employee in there was in contact with somebody who was suspect of having COVID-19. So we're going to try this bike shop out and see if they can take out the cranks. Man, I'm telling you guys, this sucks. All they could do is take off the chain. They don't have a tool to take off spline drive cranks. Isn't that something? Unbelievable. A bike shop. Let me remind you guys that this is another reason why I hate spline drive cranks. They take a little extra effort, a little more time, and a particular kind of tool to take off. Well, here it is. I'm going to go ahead and end this video for part one because a change of plans has arisen. I couldn't get the cranks out because I had the wrong thread pitch in my crank puller. So the buyer's going to go ahead and buy these cranks. I'm going to cut him a good deal, and I'm going to send the frame out the door with the cranks, the sprocket, and the bottom bracket. And I'm going to go ahead and buy probably the same kind of cranks. He's going to send me a disc that he's got that's just like this, and it just works out pretty well like that. Saves us both money. So the new Master with the coral powder coat color, I think I'm going to be happy with. So thank you for checking into my video. Please subscribe to my channel, like the video if it spoke to you, and we'll see you next one. Take care.